Hello guys, today we're gonna take a look at Matchstick Men. A lot of people call it one of Nicolas Cage's last good movies. Of course, that proves not to be true because then Kick-Ass came out and whatever. But his last one for a while. So, God, I got a doozy to say about this movie. All right, first off, the basics. It was released in 2003. I will say this on a side note that I think this movie actually aged pretty well for being released in 2003. It's rated PG-13. It's an hour 56, and it was released on DVD in 2004. It's rated 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It has with 117,000-ish user votes. It has 61% and 61% on Metacritic with about 38 critics. The movie's actually directed by Ridley Scott, who did Blade Runner, Alien movie, and all that shit. It's kind of a different thing for him. Going against type, really. It stars, of course, Nicolas Cage, who was in a lot of shit. A lot of general stuff, including Face Off. And Alison Lohman, I think is how you pronounce her last name. She starred in Drag Me to Hell. And some other stuff. She's actually been in quite a bit. She's done very well for herself. And, of course, Sam Rockwell. I'll just throw that in there. The movie has 82% on Rotten Tomatoes by 186 critics, so it is certified fresh, and 74% by audience, about 5,700-ish audience people. The critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is that breezy and well-acted, Matchstick Men focuses more on the characters than on the con. The movie isn't available for streaming, unfortunately. It is, however, available to rent and buy on YouTube, Google Play, Vudu, Microsoft Store, and iTunes. Now, oh my god, I love this movie, but then that ending, oh my god, that ending, what? It was so bizarre. It wasn't bad, but it was just, it went into a direction I didn't expect from a movie. Usually with con heist movies, they usually follow a certain pattern. I will say this is probably my favorite con slash heist movie because it's so not a con heist movie. Con heist robbery films, they're not really my thing. They're kind of my weak spot in filming for really various reasons. But this one sticks out a lot because, like the Kenza says, they were right. It does focus on the characters, and the characters are great in this movie. In fact, every single character in this movie I love. That's why it makes the ending such a really blow to the... Because I can't really say anything about but getting away. But basically, these a couple con artists. One of them has a daughter. He believes he has a daughter, and they hang out. They grow a bond, and then something happens in the climax movie that really changes everything about it. But not that everything changed. It's how the character. It's not that everything. And it's weird. It's not that everything. I mean, first it's two things. One, the fact that everything was changed, but not so much that, but as much as, because I could kind of feel something like that was coming because it is a con movie and there were some cool, clever hints and clues in the movie, but how the character who was being twisted around reacted to it, how he handled it, that's surprising to me. That's something I've never seen in a con or heist movie ever. And when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck? It blew my mind. Both of them, both of the twists, and how the character reacted to it blew my mind on two different levels of blowness. It was so weird. But by the time when the credits were rolling, when I thought about it, I'm like, that was very good. I did not see that coming. And the thing, this movie's based on a book, and originally the book, and that's how it went in the book, if I remember correctly. Originally they weren't going to end it like that, but they decided to because they felt like it was kind of it would have changed too much of the story. Actually, they were going to cut out a part of the ending from the book, but they decided to add it when they realized that it would have been a bit too much of a it's like too much happened to have it end like that. It would have been too much. But yeah, it was a very deep ending. It really made me think about the characters and why they thought what they thought and why they went where they went. And I will admit, the way it's handled, I think could have been a bit better. I felt like the transition from that to that, I felt like it was a bit... It was weird, because the movie is incredibly well-paced. It's incredibly well-paced, but when it gets to that point, it just kind of jars you out of it, and you're just kind of looking around. It's like when you're on an awesome, smooth roller coaster, and then it stops, and it goes a loop-de-loop, and then it stops and it's done, and you're just like, whoa. It was fun, but it made you think a little bit on why. But man, let's start. The writing is impeccable in this movie. It's great writing. Direction's fantastic. Ridley Scott, master. Acting's great in this movie. The Allison, who plays the teen daughter, she is fantastic in this movie. I like her a lot. The other two, Nicolas Cage, Sam Rockwell, and the supporting cast, they're fantastic too. Nicolas Cage, just one of his better movies, in all honesty, acting wise. The writing's great too, and the direction. I mean, geez, every time I think about that ending, I'm just like, holy shit! This writer was just like going on a creative streak, and he decided to just say fuck you to all the other con movies that did the same shit over and over again, and just decided to go for the gold. And I give respect to that. That type of ending, that took balls to do, because I feel like a lot of people. And it's weird because most critics and audience people don't talk about that. When I look reviews of I mean, most of them still praise the movie. It doesn't bother them, but there are some that it does. There are some people, I think, who will be bothered by the ending a little bit, because it is so jarring and because it does kind of make you think a lot. And a lot of audience people might be disappointed in that because they got so invested. It's like the story conned you in a way too. It's like, and not only did it con the characters, it conned the audience in a way that I don't think any heist movie has ever conned before, really. And I give respect to this movie. This movie earns props. But yeah, everything in this movie is impeccable. I mean, it's perfect. There's not really any flaws in this movie at all. In terms of DVD availability, it's there. If you go to like FYE or a place like that, you could probably find a copy, but it's not like at Walmart or Myers. You might have to dig a bit. You could probably order online too. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it, because if I say any more, I'm just going to blow even more gaskets than I already have. But yeah, Matchstick, man, check it out. It's an awesome movie. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.